should have remembered.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Partners in Crime. I'm Shawna.
And I'm Annie.
And today we are talking about the episode called Pas De Deux from season 3. Mm-hmm. And one nice thing about this time in season 3 is it's the triumphant return of Eames from her maternity leave.
Thank you.
So we have survived the Bishop time.
Look, this is for those who don't know, because we don't put her on the podcast. This is Bishop.
Poor Samantha Buck. Like, Annie's just, it's nothing against you personally. She just really loves her Eames. But, Annie has watched a few episodes with Bishop.
Yeah, with mild crying and lots of, fighting.
Yeah, it's really, like the saying, pulling teeth. That's about how it goes. Yeah. But the good news is Eames is back.
And
better than ever.
Oh!
So this is one of Annie's pick. Mm-hmm. And so it
and she was skeptical at this.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about this.
Historically, I haven't really liked this episode, and during my rewatches, sometimes I skipped it for some reason. But then, watching it again to prepare for the podcast, I have to say, it's a very good episode. Yeah. I don't really know what my resistance was to it, but...
I'm always right.
But Annie, why don't you tell us a little bit about what happens in Pas De Deux?
Look what I did.
Very impressive.
Thanks. It's kind of interesting because it's sort of a dancing theme, but it's also about bank robberies.
Yeah.
Which we don't get to see a lot. Actually, there is a death. So it starts off with this guy, robbing banks, and then he's like, these police stop him, and then he's like, they got a bomb on me with the timer. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, whatever, and then he actually does blow up.
Yeah, and I guess there had been quite a few of these types of robberies. So originally, the scam was... that it's two people and the partner is normally wearing a fake bomb. But of course, if someone comes into a bank and says, they put me in a bomb, do what they say, they're gonna do it regardless, right? But this time, the bomb goes off and it was real, and this man dies. So that's when Goren and Eames get brought in. And so they kind of figure out that this man, before he went to the bank, he was at this coffee shop, and they think, he must have stashed his suitcase somewhere, or his briefcase. So they go into the bathroom, and what do they find?
They find the briefcase.
Yeah.
Underneath, the trash.
Yeah.
And, yeah, there's a really nice Goren and Eames moment
where they see it.
Yeah, where they see it, and then she's like, oh, I'm going to go get the bomb people, and he just immediately, picks it up, and she swats his hand. She's, so frustrated.
Yeah.
But obviously, nothing happens to her.
But she says it's great to be, so good to be back, because it could have gone off right there.
No,
right?
I know, and, she just had a baby,
Yeah.
The amount of times she comes so close to death in this episode is abnormal.
Kind of a bumpy return for poor Eames. Yeah, to have to come back to this sort of bomb scare on her first case back, it seems.
Is it the first case back?
I don't think it's the first episode that she's back, but it is, very shortly. I think Unrequited is maybe the first one. So what do they kind of figure out about this whole scheme?
Well, the reason the other guy died was because the main guy wants a new partner. And what do they find out about her? Something about, that she stole a purse or something?
Yeah, so they figure, okay, it must be two people. The guy wanted to get rid of his current partner.
They see him on
is it at the bank, maybe?
Mm-hmm, at the bank, on the monitor.
They always
taking photos.
They always do. Goren just spends hours looking through the bank security footage. And so they see this woman, and then they end up, it's actually through the flooring that they find them. So I think they recognize from the guy, he's carrying this kind of like a special kind of case that you would carry if you were a salesperson for like samples. So they think probably flooring samples, maybe linoleum. So they end up tracing this certain kind of flooring. It's called Marley floor. And how do they find the guy through that? Or tell us about their visit to the floor store.
Well, like, of course, they can't do anything normally, right? So they have to pretend to be like a married couple.
As always.
Yeah.
They just moved into a new house. This flooring is in the kids' room. They've been all over town trying to match it. That's the story.
But why, though?
I don't know.
So strange.
I guess because,
and what kind of flooring would be... Like, that's not a normal kind of flooring.
Because it's very spongy.
Yeah.
So it's good, actually, for dance studios. But anyways, they pretend that it was in their kids' room. And
they have, like, a fight.
It's a staged fight. It's very entertaining. There's no reason for them to be so hostile towards each other. I think the setup is that he wants, like, the husband, Goren, wants the flooring. The wife is worried about the cost.
No,
or
opposite.
is it the opposite? Yeah, she wants to keep the flooring. He's worried about how much it's going to cost, and so they're having this staged fight.
But then I get mad about this. The salesman is like, oh, good to see who wears the pants in the family. Why? Like, why are you taking sides in this fake fight?
Well, because what's happening is the guy, he sees, like, oh, I'm not going to make this sale over the cost, so I'm going to, like, give them a little under-the-table deal. And Goren's like, oh, you mean like maybe flooring that fell out the back of a truck? And he's like, keep your voice down. But it's whatever. They're not going to pay the tax on it. So it's kind of a deal. And so, Goren's like, oh, sounds good. And they're still fighting. And then, he's like, oh, nice to know who wears the pants in the family. And that's just a beautiful setup for Eames to say.
Yeah. I just wear the badge.
I just wear the badge.
She's so upset. And rightfully so. Because, like...
Yeah, so then the guy's like, hey. So and maybe that was the whole purpose of the staged fight, was to sort of put him into a position where now he could be in trouble, and so he's got to help them. And so they're asking, who sells this type of flooring. So it turns out there's this guy named Donnie, and he is a floor salesman. His gig is he'll sort of take dance classes at different studios and hit them up, to see if they want to buy the flooring. So they're going around to different studios, and they finally find the right one. Mm-hmm. The woman recognizes the sketch, is like, he's usually here, I don't know, Wednesdays and Fridays. And so they're like, oh, like right about now, So perfect timing. Now they can attend this dance class.
They attend the dance class, just barely in the door, and Eames is swept away for a dance.
Yeah. She'll never be, lacking for partners.
Mm-hmm. And then Goren is looking around trying to find this woman.
Yeah.
And then there's this one woman who's just kind of standing alone. So he asks her to dance, and she does. Even though she says she has somewhere to be,
she's like meeting someone.
Yeah. So immediately we're like, oh, this woman has like... She could fold like a deck of cards, she just goes wherever you lead her.
Yes.
Is the thing. And
And Goren's really putting on the moves. It's sort of what I call puppy dog Goren. He'll do this sometimes when he's like trying to charm a woman. And what is his sort of seduction style generally?
Like saying that he's sad or something. Like
he's kind of this like poor sad lonely guy and like very self-effacing.
But like I feel like that was actually how Goren was. That would just be really sad,
But Goren knows how to read people, so she's gonna warm up to him that way. But even having only met him once, like she is completely following his lead, like everything he does in the dancing. She's very suggestible. So Goren thinks, oh yeah, no, this has got to be the woman. And they're worried for this woman because, the last time this Donnie, they think, kind of set up his partner with a real bomb, unbeknownst to him. And so they're worried, the same thing could happen to this woman. So they really want to kind of press in. And what does And so as they're kind of putting the pieces together, they actually get some news about something completely unrelated, which is what?
About Nicole Wallace?
Yeah. So remember, a couple episodes
6
ago.
episodes ago, Nicole Wallace, they caught her. They played her. Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
And,
So then, remember Goren was like all just kind of happy. He's like, hey, she's your problem now, bouncing off the door with a scone. So yes, it was Carver's responsibility to go to trial and to get a conviction and not guilty on all counts. Not guilty. So they get this news right in the middle of this other investigation. Goren is so mad he can't even respond. He just basically turns around
and leaves the room.
Eames
is really mad.
Eames is surprised because she was just like, I hope Nicole likes what did she say?
The scones in Bedford.
Yeah, the scones in Bedford. Completely expecting conviction. We never do find out what happened, other than just they blame it on her husband, had enough money to buy her a good defense. But I mean, that doesn't really explain it.
Yeah.
So they're already kind of mad at Carver, right? Because he dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And what does Carver do to make it better?
Nothing. He makes it worse.
He makes it worse. Because once again, he's skeptical. He's like, look, I'm sorry about Nicole Wallace, but, let's not try to compensate by hounding some innocent woman. Which is just kind of right,
You fool.
Not only can you not do your one job, but now you're not even going to help them do their job. But Carver's not the only one that has doubts. Because then when everybody leaves, Eames is like...
I think she's worried.
Yeah.
Because I think she's worried it's going to be another Croydon.
Another Croydon situation. So whenever she calls him Bobby, you sort of have to pay attention, right? Mm-hmm. It's important. So she's like, yeah, I'm not totally sold on this. So then Goren's like, well, she got these parking tickets. Let's look into that. They're always at the same time, same place. So they figure out she was attending art classes. And what do they find out there?
That she sucks at painting?
Yeah.
So bad.
She left all her paintings there, and they're just, technically not good, but also none of them are finished. She can't fill in the faces. So they deduce from these paintings, she's depressed, she's numb, she doesn't really have any meaning in her life. I think too, from the paintings, she's probably just very ordinary and not special, wants to feel noticed or special, and so that would make her even more vulnerable to this Donnie's charms, right? Mm-hmm. If he makes her feel lovely and special. And then there was a scene where we see them together and he kind of persuades her, Donnie persuades this woman, Margie, to steal a very expensive bag.
That's kind of at the start.
And so that also shows that she's just desperate for anything to make her feel alive inside because she feels dead inside. Then they end up talking to this woman's husband. How would you describe him?
The dad from Stranger Things?
He's not the actual actor, but similar vibe, right? Kind of a bit of a dud, bit of a disappointment, very clueless.
Clueless, stupid,
just has no, and not only has no idea, but would have no inkling or suspicion that his wife would have any life outside of their house, right? What? She doesn't dance. She doesn't take art classes. What are you talking about? So he's just completely unaware, doesn't even really seem to know her at all. She was a former chemistry teacher, but now she's just been relegated to being a housewife and a mom. But yeah, he's in for a bit of a surprise. Mm-hmm. Because they're going through, then they end up going to the house.
Because they think that there's going to be another one?
Yeah, they think they actually know the date and the time that they're going to stage another
because of this really,
robbery.
Really bad drawing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a man's hand around a coffee cup. And so they can kind of piece together where this drawing was done.
They can tell, but like...
I mean, so it's good enough that, you can actually see what it's supposed to be, but it's just...
so bad.
Yeah, and I mean, not everyone can be a great artist like Annie, but that's the point, right? She's not really good at anything. She's not really special. So they go to the house. She's not there. Her stuff is gone. They search the minivan. Goren smells ammonia. And what do they find?
Ammonia.
And where is it?
In the panel of the car.
So there's this kind of panel in the minivan. And it's just sort of like stashed in this bag. And so then they figure out, oh, you know what? We weren't supposed to find this until the bank robbery, which is like going to go wrong. She's going to get killed. The bomb's going to go off. So he was like staging it to look like she was acting alone, and they were just supposed to find the stuff after the fact. But what wasn't in the script, she wasn't supposed to like prematurely leave her husband. And so that's kind of, yeah. So when we watched this episode, I don't know, a couple months ago?
It was more than that, but...
Okay. So then, there's the scene with the panel.
Under my biggest influence, my role model, a trusted adult.
So I get this video from Annie, and she's like, look, and she's in her family minivan. And she's like, hey, look at this panel. Should I open it up and see what's in it? And I'm like, do it.
So what happens? We go to grocery shopping, and I'm the only one left in the car. And I film myself trying to open it until I find out that it's an airbag.
Yeah, but you didn't open it the whole way. Mm-hmm. You just kind of started to open it, and then you sort of thought, uh-oh, I think there's an airbag in there. And then I was like, oh, yeah, it's probably an airbag. Don't do it. We'll maybe include the video if we can find it. But
I am sure I have it. Okay, since I have literally nothing better to do and I'm left alone in the car, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to open this. Try to open this compartment. Wait. Wait, we're going to put this here. Here's good. Goodness, what am I doing? Stop! I'm gonna break the car. I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break the car. I'm gonna break the car. But I saw it on CI, so I need to know if there's ammonia in here. What's this? Ugh. This should do something, right? This looks like a lever. It's not moving. I'm filming it so that if I break the car, which I think is gonna happen. Look at that. That's moving. That is coming here. Can you see it inside? Wait. That's an airbag. I think that's an airbag. So yeah, we're not doing that.
Anyways, yeah, so it just kind of shows how sometimes CI gets, interwoven into our own lives. And that would have been great if, the airbag would have gone off because of this,
And I got it on film. That would be even better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be allowed to watch Law and Order again, that's for sure.
But the good news is they know where this robbery is supposed to take place, so they're sitting outside waiting. The bank's going to close in 20 minutes. They're like, well, what's happening? Are they going to do it or not? So they notice this store with the great name. Was it Shirts and Skirts?
Yeah, Shirts and Skirts. Horrible art, by the way.
Yeah. So Goren goes in. Makes sense, right? The Goren would go into the woman's store.
And his partner that just came back from mat leave would go handle the actual bank robbery.
So he assigns Eames to the bank. He's going to go to the change rooms of this woman's clothing store. But actually, it ends up being a good idea because he just says her name, Marjorie, and then she's like, Donnie? And so then he busts in, and there she is, kind of getting into costume for the bank robbery. There's the like bomb that she's going to be strapping on. And then what happens outside?
My poor Eames. There's this guy, right? He's very suspicious. He has like the briefcase. It's him.
Yeah, it's Donnie.
So, she has her gun out. She's like, drop the briefcase, put your hand out of your pocket. And he's like, I have something for you. Pulls out the gun and then fumbles it. He drops it.
Yeah, just like, oh.
And falls. Poor Eames. And she's like shaken
She's
up.
really shaken up, like to the point where Goren's like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's so mad. She does not get over that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I think it's kind of good that they sort of show, like, yeah, it'd be tough to just get right back into it after being gone. I know in the States the maternity leaves are not very long, and probably she didn't take a very long one either, because remember, she was just having a baby for her sister, so probably just some, physical recovery time, but yeah, no baby to take home, right? Mm-hmm. So anyways, yeah, she seems to be having a bit of a transition, getting back into the swing of things, and is thrown into this very dangerous situation right off the bat. Mm-hmm. So now they go to our, favorite place, the interrogation room. They've got Marjorie in one room, Donnie in another. And what do they, Goren and Eames, at the same time figure out?
I don't know.
So through the whole episode, this Donnie guy, he keeps ordering chai tea. He keeps having to go to the bathroom. So they sort of figure out, like...
Oh, can we mention Carver?
Yeah, we will.
Being so weird.
Don't worry.
Interrogation.
We will. Yeah. So they figure out, and it's actually quite beautiful how, like, Goren just prompts Eames slightly, and she's right there. Like, she's right with him. Meanwhile, just clueless Deakins and Carver are like, what are you thinking? But they're thinking that he is sick, and he is trying to, it's called suicide by cop, right?
Death by cop, that's what my entire Outsiders essay was about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see? Small world. And so the plan was for Marjorie to get kind of blown up. Who cares what happens to her? And what they noticed when they were like waiting and when all this is going down at the bank, there was an OTV delivery at the same time, and they had armed guards. So what would have happened and what was supposed to happen is that Marjorie, the bomb goes off, and then Donnie's just there with this starter's pistol, and he gets shot by these armed guards. So they figure out, okay, that's what's going on here. And so then the problem is, though, they've got to convince Marjorie of this, because she thinks, no, like Donnie is like, he's a gentleman, he loves me, we've got this connection, it was a fake bomb the whole time, I was never in any danger, we're gonna like run away together and start a new life together. So how do they convince her?
Well, they have to bring out these ammonia tablets, right?
Yeah.
They, of course... Goren just puts them all over the table. Yeah,
all over the table. You see him like sitting on some of them.
Anyways.
Yeah.
He's like talking about these pills. He's like, you put these here, blah, blah, blah. And then what? He, dances with this guy.
Maybe this is why in my memory I didn't like this episode, because I find the scene a little bit cringy, that is sort of like, why, Goren? Like, why are you like pulling this man into this dance, making him dance around the interrogation room? He like pushes the like table to the wall.
Speaking of which, he says something about the dance of death, and that's actually a play that Catherine Irby was in, like I think last year at Steppenwolf Theater.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so he's doing this dance of death. He's like right up close to him, and like we don't really know what's going on there. But then, so he lays it all out to this Marjorie, like, he was setting you up to die. He's dying. Haven't you noticed all the trips to the bathroom? Blah blah blah. And she's hesitating,
she's
right?
Like, what?
And he's like, Marjorie, it's a lie. I don't believe it. And she's just kind of on the brink. And then kind of goes, no, I don't believe it. Mm-hmm. I don't believe it. And then what happens?
And then, he's like, oh, well, whatever. We're going to have to get him back to his cell. And then he's, like, picking up all of the tablets. And he's like, wait, there were 17 and now there's 13. And he's like, well, I didn't take them. And so they pat him down, and surely they're there.
Yeah.
And then finally this lady is like, oh, you were just gonna blah, blah, blah.
And he's like, it's a trick, Marjorie, it's a trick.
Yeah, and then, she gets arrested, he gets arrested.
Yeah, and her lawyer's like, anytime you're ready, she'll make a statement against
Yeah.
him. So, good job.
Yeah. And then the really good ending part was when Carver comes out. He's like, I watched you very closely, detective, but I missed the part where you slipped the ammonia into his pocket. Mm-hmm. And he's like, and then Eames is like, probably because you watched the wrong detective.
Yeah. So this time I was kind of trying to figure out, when does Eames do it? Because you do think, oh, of course, Goren, maybe that's why he did this dance move, right? Was to like slip the ammonia in his pocket. It's like, that would just be so typical Goren. But it's a bit of a switcheroo, because it was actually...
Like total switcheroo.
It's a total switcheroo, which is a very good movie. And it was Eames, actually, who did it. So, very good. So we've really got kind of like a nice buffet for our segments this week, because there's... And so I think Annie was like wise to include this episode in her top 10, because there are just a lot of beautiful little moments. Mm-hmm. So let's start with the Goren moment.
The Goren moment. Either when he, the bomb in the garbage and she's so frustrated. It's kind of a comedic one because of... And Eames is just on fire with the sarcasm in this episode.
Oh, yeah. Eames is just like bang, bang, bang. Like... We think that maybe the writers were just storing up all these lines, like while Bishop was there. They couldn't give them to Bishop, right? So then they just waited till she came back. But
anyways, another good one is when they're looking at this flooring, and she's like, "Oh, as long as we don't wreck it,
or we have to pay for it."
Yeah, if we wreck, we have to pay for it. And as she's saying it, he's ripping it and takes out his little pocket knife and cuts the corner off. Goren.
So she's just like, yeah, right. Again, this sort of like, yeah, so nice to be back. But I bet she is really glad to be back and to be back with Goren.
I bet she hated being at home. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what it was like, how long she was gone. Because she wasn't gone the entire time that Bishop's there, right? Because there's a few episodes where like she's still in the office, but just not
there's
on
one where
active
she's
duty.
like really, really pregnant.
Very pregnant.
When those two cops die.
Yeah.
And Deakins is like, go home. She's like, no.
Yeah.
I like that scene.
See, so that's another Bishop one you watched. So I think you should watch all of them.
I'm not watching any more.
All right.
2 is enough.
Okay. So yeah, I agree with those Goren moments. Very good. Also, like, the undercover is always fun, especially when Goren's kind of being the like belligerent, husband, bit of a like lower class accent, but then strangely this kind of nice scarf. So I don't really know exactly what he's going for.
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's just a good thing that Goren can read people so well, because obviously the salesman, he's like, I'm gonna be a chauvinistic husband, and just set this guy up, right? But then...
And she just goes along with it, so...
Yeah. But really, I don't know, like, in terms of who wears the pants in their partnership...
It seems.
It seems, right? So, there you go. She wears the pants and the badge. So yeah, those are very good Goren moments. Most people would probably include the little dance scene. I didn't...
I think it's a little too much, just because of how forced it looks.
Yeah.
It's kind of painful to watch.
And just kind of unnecessary, like why?
Like, I kind of feel bad for the guy, because he...
Yeah, because he's like right up close to him, and he kind of tries to trip him. And it's just a little bit awkward, but I also feel like, I don't know, like Goren is obviously super mad about Nicole Wallace not getting convicted, but it was kind of a weird thing to sort of insert into this episode, like other than just, Carver thinks they're going after an innocent woman to compensate. Like, it doesn't really, I wonder why they chose this episode to include that detail. But anyway, and then lots of Oh yeah, then we'll talk about, our overacting Emmy comes next.
Mm-hmm. The dad.
So this Marjorie's husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wins it because he's got a lot of overacting going on, like just interesting deliveries and like he's just so out of it. He's
he's a little too clueless,
yeah.
you know, and a little bit like sort of
what a cat? No.
Like really panic, like that's not supposed to be like that. Like no. So yeah, but very good and very good at playing just kind of
an idiot,
like and a dad, right? Because you sort of see. And I think, like, Goren describes him as a perfectly serviceable husband, you know, and then Donnie's like, well, maybe I'm more than perfectly serviceable. So that's part of the plot line, right? That's why she was so easy to kind of get swept off her feet, is because she's just bored to death of this guy. So yeah, good pick. Not a lot of supporting roles in
There's
this episode.
that art guy. He's good.
Oh, yeah, he was good, but just kind of the right level of acting, so... and then I don't know where to start with the Eames one-liners.
I know, right? There's the so good to be back. Mm-hmm. He should have worn a clip-on bomb.
So when the guy who gets blown up is actually a copier repairman, and so they're kind of going through his stuff, and he just like has all these clip-on ties, and so Eames is like, yeah, you should have worn a clip-on bomb. And then, you know, they also discover that he put powder into like a cartridge, like an ink cartridge, and then Eames is like, what a good boy, he recycles.
Like, what is her issue? Oh, I love her so much.
Yeah, so lots of great. And then, of course, you know, maybe you're watching the wrong detective. It's just, oh, man, the icing on the cake. But very, very good to have Eames back. And how do you rate this episode according to your...
My Eames representation scale?
Wait, is this an episode of...
Annie gets mad about Eames' screen time?
I believe so.
I think it is. This time Annie is not very mad.
What?
Because
Annie's
she's
not
back. You know, the entire time before this, I'm like this. I'm crossing my arms, covering my ears, closing my eyes. I'm not watching because it's Bishop.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's ludicrous. On my scale, it's ludicrous. Almost
she's
no
completely
Eames is
absent.
ludicrous.
But what?
I know.
But what would you suggest they do? Like, the actress is pregnant. You wanted her to have time off, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Why didn't they just take the summer off?
Well, they did. Because, like, she's pregnant in the season finale, and then still pregnant for the...
No, but she should have had the baby during the summer.
she didn't. So...
So what's up with that?
So you would have preferred what?
No CI.
No CI at all. Well, I mean, it doesn't really work.
Do I need to remind you of the theorem?
Well, just remind us one more time.
AE plus BG equals CI. No AE equals no CI.
See, in today's world, they could have done what Annie's saying because everything is just streaming now, right? And so they could have just taken a break because there's no real schedule for these streaming shows. They just kind of have a new season whenever they want, it would seem. But back in the day, you actually had to like follow the prime time like TV schedule from like September to May. So they had the show must go on, and so they either had to have like Goren have no partner. Or a partner. Would you have preferred if it had just been like a guy partner? So then there's like not as much comparison?
I say no partner.
But then who's he going to talk to? Like
Carver and Deakins.
Like, when he's like figuring stuff out. That's the sad part for Bishop. She really has like no personality. They don't even bother to give her a personality.
She doesn't even have a first name.
Yeah, she does.
No?
Maybe we don't know what it is, but she must have.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it like Lynn?
Yeah, she has a name. But, like...
She has a middle name.
She basically just exists to be a sounding board for Goren and, like, you know, an opportunity for him to sort of notice, oh, like, your feet hurt from the way you're walking and just all of his little, you know...
Anyways, on the scale, I'd actually put it at a season 7 or 8. Like...
Oh, okay, this is something that I've always been confused about, like, the seasons down here.
Well, over
like,
here, like, Eames, in season 1, Eames is hardly in it. Like, she's not even that important, and that makes me sad.
Oh, okay.
And here it's like in the middle, season 2 to 5, she's pretty good, but it gets a lot more Eames-ish in season 6, 7, 8. And then there's also some that are completely Eames-centric.
Yeah.
Which I like, but also hate.
Okay.
Like, some of them would be...
Because they're not good episodes.
Like, Blind Spot is one.
Don't do it. Just don't even talk about it.
I had to. Amends, which we're gonna do just to include an Eames-centric one.
Yeah. So stay tuned for
Ladies'
that.
Man.
Yeah.
Not good.
Mm-hmm.
Where she gets stalked.
Yeah.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Well, and then this one is almost Eames-centric. Because she's back.
Okay, so where is it again? Show us where it is.
Right here.
Okay, they probably can't see.
Right?
Right. Oh,
right
like the
here.
sweet... Oh, beyond the sweet spot.
I know.
Okay.
It's even better than the real thing.
And why? Because she gets so many good lines?
Yeah, and, you know, she just gets to do so much stuff. There's so much representation for her, you know. She, like, gets annoyed with Goren. She's not on her computer, but she drives, and she almost dies, which they seem to like to do with her. And, yeah.
And she's just real snarky and sarcastic in this episode. But didn't you say that remember, like, Annie has an Eames bingo card, and you got the most hits on
Cuba
Libre? Yeah. But this one, I think, is a really good overall bingo card, because we picked out just some classic moments. Like, we should actually make kind of a really elaborate bingo card. I mean, even for each character if we wanted to. So, for example, we have a great shot of Deacon's looking at his watch, which, you know, that's just very characteristic of him. And then, what about Carver?
What about Carver?
He has a certain move he likes to do.
And it's what my dad does. Like, my dad does this thing when we're, like, at the table, just to tick off my mom, where he puts his leg really high up on a chair.
Yeah, so standing, but then puts his leg up on a chair. But he's doing it, like, on purpose to be, like, annoying and funny. But Carver just does that.
But then, yeah, Carver does that. And then, like, I've noticed it. And I'm like, Mom, look, he's, like, pulling a dad. And he does it, like, almost all the time. I don't know why. You don't get to be in the middle. You either lean against the wall or sit down. You can't do both. It's not fair.
It's kind of a rough one. I mean, as much as I love Carver, like, this episode, he's really...
You get mad at him.
Getting
and then,
on our nerves.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, looks like he threw you a curveball.
Yeah.
Goren.
Like, sorry, who's the one that just let Nicole Wallace, like, back on the streets?
Yeah.
And... yes, there was a bit of a curveball because it took them 30 seconds to sort of figure out, oh, right, he's actually dying, and, like, that's what's going on here. But yeah, Carver. But anyways, we've noticed he does that more than once, so that would be on his bingo card for sure.
Suspenders would be on his bingo card. Gray suit.
Yeah. And then it's also, like, interesting just trying to keep up with, like, his hair and facial hair, because, you know, sometimes he's got hair and a beard, and then, like,
or
this
like a
episode, or a goatee, and then this episode, like, just nothing
at all.
No hair, no
just
facial
eyebrows.
hair.
Really.
So I said, you know, maybe that's why he bombed the Cordy, spent too much time at the barber shop. I don't know what's happening, but we love you, Carver. We kid because we love. So why did this episode make your top 10?
I think just because of how, like, many marks it hits, you know?
Yeah.
And because I was so happy to have Eames back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you made a good point. It's got a little more humor than we're used to seeing.
It's interesting. I don't think there's that many about actual bank robberies.
Yeah.
So
it's also almost like they wanted to, like, reward the audience for kind of sticking around, like, and it kind of an acknowledgement, like, oh, we're all so happy the show's getting back to normal and just the regular format. And so let's give everybody a few little, you know, jokes, and we'll give them a nice little undercover staged fight.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's great when the show
and mentions Nicole Wallace. It's it's like it really is a treat because it's just everything that you want in an episode, you know. And then there's even sort of some shippy contact when he makes sure she's all right. There's Deacon's just being so annoyed and his little one-liner.
Oh, another one that would go on the Deacon's bingo card is where he's kind of saying the people upstairs don't buy the Soccer Mom Bandit, you know. And that's another, because you got to remember, he's always getting pressure, right, from, administration, and they are not subscribers to Goren's, even though he's right 99% of the time.
You know what would make CI better, I've decided? I can't tell when people are dying. They need to have their speech while they're dying that they're dying. You know, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death, a braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Where's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I can't tell when you're dying.
What do you mean?
You know, how in Shakespeare they always talk
always
about that they're
death.
dying.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell.
Well,
so I mean, if you're watching this and you work for Law and Order, Criminal Intent that finished in 2011, the year I was born.
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder if there's an episode on the day I was born. Anyways, what's up with that?
Good question.
Good question indeed. Do we have enough time for some begging?
We do. Do we want to talk about the art? I know you didn't bring it with you.
Yeah, I didn't bring my art with me, but I did make it a long, long time ago.
Yeah, so I will be sure to include that. And yeah, this episode you've liked for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I know we kind of felt like it's a bit downhill after A Person of Interest, but this was a really fun one.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's give everybody an update. So you're probably familiar with our usual sub-podcast called...
Please, Carbuano, come to Toronto.
That's what it was called.
Yeah.
Now there's been a little bit of a change of plans, just looking ahead at
It's
at
highly
the summer.
irregular.
Yeah, we don't think we're going to be able to make it to Toronto.
But Edmonton.
Yeah, we have a new podcast called...
Please, Carbuano, come to Edmonton. Please, we're begging you.
Yeah, so they just started announcing guests for the Edmonton Con in late September. No word on the only Cookie Kaspari. But that gives us lots of time to sort of, campaign and beg.
So much begging time.
Yeah. Edmonton's just a little closer for us. It'll be...
It's not as good as...
We're really disappointed.
There's the mall.
There's the mall.
Yeah. My aunt lives there, so my mom could see her,
Yeah, so, come on. We're going to be there.
Yeah,
so.
What's up?
So hopefully...
Come on.
And while we're at it, let's invite more Stranger Things people.
Okay.
To
let's
come.
invite...
who else do you want to see?
Winona Ryder.
Well, or how about Barb? I know, that's going back, but, because Barb came to Saskatoon, so... Not so much?
No.
Okay.
I don't really care at all.
Well, I doubt Winona Ryder's going to come to Edmonton, but...
What about Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Why not?
I think really, there haven't been that many cast members that go to the entertainment expos. So.
What about Sean Astin?
Yes.
Bob
the Brain.
Bob?
Yeah. Actually, that would be great because I don't know if the Hobbits are going to continue their tour. I know I think they were all in Edmonton last year, so I don't know if they're going to continue that on. But Toronto looks like a good one, though.
We have to try. We have to go back.
And there was one in Denver last weekend. It looked super good. Lord of the Rings, they had Carl Urban as well, and Liv Tyler, I think, was there too.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it would have been a great one. Plus the usual, the Four Hobbits and Gimli. So, and Orlando Bloom was there. So,
really?
Yeah, so it was a really
good. So they
turnout.
added 3 people?
Yeah. Yeah, we just want the fun to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we are now out of time, so thank you very much for joining us. Next week, we're going to have another kind of art-themed episode, which is always fun. So yeah, please join us again, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye-bye.